Houston, what's up? What's up? All my Houston sports fans in general. I'm excited to be here to bring y'all. This is an introduction video to a show that I want to bring to YouTube called How Do You See the Game? It's a sports show based around Houston sports, three major sports that I like to cover: basketball, baseball, and football. And this is my passion, man. I'm just gonna really just be doing what I do, and giving y'all insight and really just truthful uh, sports takes on based off what we're looking at, what we're seeing, what we're hearing, uh, and it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. Before I get started, I gotta give a couple shout outs. I gotta give a shout out to my boy Charles Bruce, who gave me the extra motivation to get my page and show started. But New York fans, sports fans in general, go give him a look. Make sure to subscribe. Master Bruce CB, and that's on YouTube, Spotify. I think it's just Master Bruce on Instagram though. And I got to give a shout out to my pops, who I grew up watching him do his thing in media, create his own shows, do his own interviews, and that's where I kind of got the passion for this. And so I definitely got to give a shout out to him. Let's get started. I'm gonna go through just some of the things that we've all, as Houston sports fans, been through covering these teams in Houston. So because I have my Rockets hat on first, let's get to it. Like a lot of you, some of you older than me. I am old enough. I ain't that old, but I'm old enough. You got to see the franchise, Stevie franchise. You got to see guys like Cuttino Mobley. And then we came into Yao Ming, the Great Wall. And I know he would have brought us a championship to Houston if it wasn't for those foot injuries, but, things happen. We went on there to the T-Mac, who was one of the most prolific players in the league when we got him, but the back and the knee injuries really never allowed us to get to where we wanted to go. We got to see some special things, but we never got to where we wanted to go. And then we went on from that to overpaying people. So we were always a hard playing team with the Chuck Hayeses and the Aaron Brooks and the Carl Landrys, but we had to figure things out, and we got to the Harden era. And then after Harden played his way out, to be able to get that haul of picks from Brooklyn and to be able to luck into getting Jalen Green and Sagoon, trading up for Sagoon, who Sagoon I think is going to really be special. I don't know what it is, but I love watching Sagoon play. And then to get Jabari Smith this year, to get a 19-year-old who pays that much attention to detail on the defensive end of the basketball, it's gonna be special. And he can shoot that thing. He can flat out shoot that thing. He didn't shoot good in the summer league, but let's be for real. You can tell when a guy can shoot. So we got to get on to the next team. It's not a team that we all, it is what it is, but let's get to it. Your Texans. Our Texans. The Texans, man, listen, it's been tough the past 3 years. You trade guys like D-Hop for David Johnson in the second-round pick. It was tough. It was real tough. But, I came in with the David Carr era. From the start, when we beat Dallas the first game and everybody was going crazy, to David Carr's sidearm not working, and us having to get Matt Schaub. And then with Matt Schaub, him building that connection with Andre Johnson, the best player in franchise history. But then we had that influx of talent where we got guys like Owen Daniels, and we hit on a D'Amico Ryans and a Brian Cushing, and we found an Arian Foster. Those were special times in Houston for the Texans. And that was our peak. That was our peak football-wise. But to go trade up for Deshaun, and then, a black quarterback who I never thought I would see in Houston, Texas. But we understand he had his own baggage that was out of our control. But just the way the franchise handled the situation, the leadership from top to bottom was just bad. The trades we were making, the things that were being said in the media, it was bad. It was bad. And so it's been a tough 3 years. Like I said, probably last year I probably watched 2 halves of the game, but at the same time I was able to see that the rookies were performing, and Nick Caserio came in and he's made moves that really make sense, and so excitement is back. There's a lot of reason to be excited. You got the Stingleys, and we're trying to see if people could just improve, just keep getting better. The young quarterback that we got, you know, can they become what we're hoping they can become? We will see. But there's going to be a lot of excitement. Training camp is starting. I'm hearing some good things about Stingley, even though he's taking limited reps. A guy from Texans radio said he walked by him and said, "Yeah, I can tell he's different." So that's good to hear, man, because on film he moved different. And I was a guy who liked Sauce, if you were into the draft. But what Stingley did on tape could not be denied. So, we got a lot of Houston, Texas homegrown draft picks who have a little bit more incentive to go hard for the city. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what we see on the field and what's going on. But let's get to the best team in the state, in the city. Let's get it. It's your Houston Astros. And the Astros are special, man. We're special, I got to see some of the Biggio and the Bagwell era. But quickly we got to the next era where we were losing a lot of games. And I was watching with my dad year in, year out, us losing 100 games, giving J.D. Martinez a chance to see if he could hit, which he could. We were wrong on that. Seeing Carlos Lee hit 30 bombs and 100 RBIs a year because somebody had to do it, and he could play, don't get me wrong. But to see Altuve become what he has become, and then, to go from Altuve to Springer, and Springer to Correa, and Correa to Bregman, and Bregman to King Tuck, and Yordan, and it's just special, man, It took time. We had to go through, of course, Berkman was my favorite player for a long time. Switch hitting Lance Berkman was special. And then you get into a guy like a Hunter Pence who played 110 miles per hour. Fans loved him, but it was a long process. And to get to where we are now, people are going to talk about what we've done and what we're doing for many reasons, the scandal, but we won't get into that. A lot of things were going on in the league at that time. But Houston sports, man, there's a lot of excitement in all the teams right now, and that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this show, because growing up I looked at all the sports shows, from Cold Pizza turning into First Take to Skip and Shannon now, and to all these different shows, but they never had that real Houston perspective from somebody who is dialed in. And that's what I hope to bring to all of you with this show, and really just have fun with it, and let my passion, give my passion to the world. So I hope that y'all, like what you hear, like what you see, and we're gonna grow in this process. The picture will get better, the sound will get better, I will get better, and I just hope that y'all grow with me, and let's keep it going. So I'm gonna leave y'all with something my dad used to tell me: if you know the truth, do the truth. We out.